I'm back again to share more of my new book, Spiritually Aligned Leadership, Becoming Self-Centered. I'm starting to get really excited as we're only a few days away from the official launch. If you haven't received your free laminated cards on the Pathway to Wellbeing and the Tree of Abundance, we hope you will request them soon from our website or Facebook page, as we want you to get the benefits as soon as possible. They sure help me to stay connected to what's important, which leads me to today's topic. Have you ever felt like this? This poor ant is doing what we refer to as boulder pushing. Have you ever felt like this ant? You know what I mean. The time when you really wanted something to happen, or you really wanted someone to do something you thought was the right thing to do. So take a minute and think about that time that you were the ant pushing an issue or trying to change a situation or another person's actions. How did you feel? What usually happens when we boulder push? I know what happens to me. First, the boulder will often just roll back over me. And time again, I get up and I try again. But eventually, I get exhausted and I feel overwhelmed and tired. One of the tools of intention that we teach is the practice of acceptance. This practice is not easy, but when applied consistently, it really works. When we get stuck and find ourselves boulder pushing, if we step back and really think about the situation, often it doesn't have a lot to do with us. Many times it involves other people. We may discover that we're trying to climb another person's tree, tell them what fruit to grow, or when and how to flower. I know that sounds dramatic, but let's face it, it's true. We may even discover that we're on someone else's tree. If we're truly honest with ourselves, the issues that we get stuck on are often not our issues. I know we like to make it about us. I know this firsthand. As a mother of 3 sons, I completely understand what getting stuck is all about, and I have been the ant on many occasions. Nothing could be more personal than our relationship with our children, but I still want to challenge our thinking on this subject. Let's consider when our young adult child makes a decision that we don't agree with. What does it really have to do with us? Remember, our child has their own tree of abundance, and they want and deserve the journey, the experiences of life, both good and bad. We often want to shield them from the bad, but there is a great learning in these experiences, which would be lost if not experienced. It's all about everyone having their own journey and growing their own tree. Some of the material I write about in the book on parenting may be seen as controversial, but I've seen and experienced the beautiful fruit of practicing acceptance and detachment, which results in unconditional love. Acceptance also has a huge application in our work lives. An intentional and deliberate leader will catch him or herself when they get stuck and start to boulder push. They'll quickly shift and practice acceptance. And once they do this, things just naturally improve. The corporate world often requires us to accept things as they are. And if we learn this skill and practice it diligently, we get immediate relief. And more importantly, we get perspective and balance. Well, just one more week until the book is officially launched. Next week will be our last book launch video, but there'll be many more videos. As our speaking engagements continue, leadership programming is launched across Canada, and we continue to provide our Creating Positive Energy workshops and wellness weekends. Remember, if you order my new book, Spiritually Aligned Leadership, Becoming Self-Centered, by the end of this week, we'll also provide you a copy of my first book, Leadership for a New World, The Organic Approach to Employee Engagement. Until next week, remember, lead yourself and the rest will follow.